Hello, my name is Craig. I will be an instructor for Intro to Philosophy over the next 8 weeks, and I'm looking forward to a great summer. This is a 15-week class that we condense into 8. We do it in the summer in 8 weeks, and the great part about it is we're done in 8 weeks. So there's a lot to do and a lot to accomplish, and this screencast will kind of help give you an idea of what it is that we're going to do and how we're going to accomplish it. I've tried to make the shell as easy to follow as possible, and hopefully everyone will be able to stay on task and there won't be any questions as to when things are due or what's going on. Okay, so the very first thing we have to look at is the intro, which is where you found this video. My name's Craig. I prefer to be called Craig, so keep that in mind, please. I know I have other titles that can go in front of my name, but I like to be called Craig because it puts us all at the same learning level, and I have as much to learn as you do. So as a result of that, we can all learn together. You can contact me via email at D2L, or you can contact my Front Range email, and here's the address, or you can contact me via my cell phone, and here's the phone number. I do text. Some people think I'm too old for that, but I do text. The only thing is I ask that you do not call or text after 10 p.m. or before 5 a.m. Okay, so please keep that in mind. If you're going to text me, please put in there, this is Craig from Intro. So I know who you are and what class you're from, as I'm teaching 4 different classes. But if all I do is I get a text and all that comes through is a phone number, I have no idea who you are because I don't have access to all of that information for various reasons. So please help me out and make sure you identify yourself if you're going to text me. That makes life a lot easier. There's a lot of information here. I encourage you to read all this information. It's very, very important that you look at this part right here at the bottom. Non-attendance, no-show. You can have come in here and read everything that's required for week 1, but if you do not post a thread in the discussion threads, you will be dropped from this class for being a non-attendant. You did not show up. You did not attend. You did not participate. You must participate in order to not be dropped from this course. So it's very, very important that you do the discussion threads for week 1. Okay, and I will talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so that's very, very important. At the beginning of every week, you're going to see this picture. If we go to the contents and I look at week 1 and I click on introductory week 1, every week has a planning for. So week 2 will have a planning for, week 3 will have a planning for. And so if I click on that, there we go. What it will do is it'll open up in here and it will tell me everything that's due and required of week 1. Now, if there were a quiz, there would be a quiz that would say quiz in here and it's due at such and such a time. Or if there were a short writing assignment or paper due here, it would say short writing assignment due at such and such a time. Okay, so you will know every week and it will tell you the dates of those weeks. So when you get to week 2, if you click on week 2, it's going to pull it up, say planning for week 2. It would say Monday, June 15th through Sunday, June 21st. So you would know that it's week 2, and the picture would be different. The picture would actually correlate back to the picture that you'll find as you log into D2L into our class. So week 2 will have a different picture, and when you click on the week 2 planning guide in the contents page, you'll see that. However, as you can tell, week 2 doesn't open up till the 11th of June. Now, what I've done is I've set this up so that you cannot work ahead too far, because what that does is it confuses most students. So what I have done is, because some weeks have more readings than others, you will have access to week 2's material starting on the Thursday of the current week. So starting June 11th, which is Thursday, you'll have access to week 2. Right now, you do not have access. The other thing I want you to notice is over here, you're going to find these boxes. Once you've looked at, we just looked at planning for week 1. Once you've looked at that, I recommend that you click the box. By clicking the box, that tells you that you've done that particular item. Because everything that you're going to find in week 1 here, listed here, you'll also find in week 1 listed here, right? So if we go back to it, you're going to find that right here we have a post in week 1, we have a post in week 1, and if I go to week 1, right here I can do my discussion thread for week 1, or I can do my discussion thread number 2 for week 1. So everything that we see on the planning for worksheet, or what guide sheet, you will also find listed on contents. I'm trying to make it as easy as I possibly can. The other thing you can do is you can go to discussions, click on the discussion tabs. That will take you to week 1. Okay? And then if we click on week 2, it'll take you to week 2 here, right? The one thing I do is I keep these closed, because especially when we get towards the end of the semester, so we've already done week 1, we're down here at week 6. I don't want to have to scroll down through all of those. I could just go down here to week 6, open it up, and then there's my assignments for week 6. So it's kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. And then up here we have ungraded things. So this is just if you have questions about discussions that are generic, or you just have a general conversation, or you have a question about a term paper or short writing assignment, you can put them in here. If you watch for these, you can see it'll tell you here that there's so many unread posts. It just makes life a little bit easier. So please keep those things in mind. Going back to the content page, you need to start at the very beginning. If you click on Table of Contents, you need to start at the beginning and start right here with Online Learning Course Policies. Very, very important that you read this and this. Here's our syllabus. Here's our detailed schedule for the week. So it shows you right here that we have 2 discussion threads this week. We don't have any papers. We don't have any quizzes. Here we have a quiz. We don't have any papers. But we do have discussion threads. Here we have discussions. We have a short writing assignment. We also have a quiz. And the quiz will be over the reading material. Okay? So it's very, very important. Just an idea to kind of keep you on task that you do that. And once again, if you've read the course policies, click on this. Right? So if we open them up and we look at them, we're going to read the course policies. If D2L would speed up a little bit. Okay, so there they are. Let's just say that we've read them. We go back to the table of contents, and I click on here because I've read them. That helps me stay on task. It's very important that you download this if you're a paper person, or that you refer back to this. Good information here. Late policies for all writing assignments, and I do adhere to them strictly, so make sure you follow them carefully. Here's a faculty profile, a little bit about myself, and a picture of the cutest grandson in the world. This is extremely important piece. It's also found in the syllabus, and we'll come back to that in just a minute. Term paper information. Here's the assignment for the term paper. It will tell you when it's due. Here's an MLA format. It's a document that goes into great detail about formatting. This is also a screencast. That's APA. It can also be an MLA screencast, and I show you that during the screencast. But it's using Word, Word 2007 through current, and how to actually do all your citations and everything, build your works cited reference page, everything right in Word, and Word does all the work for you. So it's kind of an important thing. This is an extremely important piece of information right here. Good websites for your research, for your papers. And like I say, I do that to try to make it as easy as I can for everyone involved. Okay, and then down here there's some technical issues. So if you're having some technical problems, you can link onto either one of those. And a lot of stuff will be in Adobe or PDF format. If you don't have Adobe Reader, you can link here to get a free download. Okay, so just a little bit of information. I do want to talk to you about discussions. This is very, very important. Probably the most important thing of the entire semester, because this is where the bulk of your grades lie. We do not come into class, so discussions become our class. Okay, so keep that very, very, and philosophy courses are very dialogue oriented, and so dialogue is important, and so you're going to make sure you want to understand. So let me go through this carefully. Each week's discussions will run from 12:01 Monday and will close at 6 p.m. on Friday. Okay? So just understand, I do not do discussions on the weekends. I don't teach on the weekends. I'm not going to do discussions on the weekends. Keep that in mind. It is very, very important. Now, for week 1, we opened on Tuesday. For week 1, I will allow the discussions to run through, I believe it's Saturday night, okay, at 6. So I'm giving you the extra day because we're starting a day late. But week 2 through week 8, discussions run from 12:01 Monday and close at 6 p.m. on Friday. Okay? Don't send me a text, an email, or something and ask me if I can open it up. Okay, you can continue to read posts after 6 p.m. on Friday, but you will not be able to put in a post. Okay, please keep that in mind. It's also required that you post on at least 3 different days of the week. So don't come in on Friday and do all your posts. If you do, you're going to get very, very few points. You can give me 12 posts and get maybe 6 points worth of post credit, right? You must post on at least 3 different days. You also must post a minimum of 4 times. So in each discussion thread, there will be an initial post to the question. That then, once you've posted to that initial post, it will open you up to be able to read what your classmates have posted. Okay? You cannot read what your classmates have posted. You can't even get into the thread until you have posted your initial response to my question. Okay? Or to the thread's question. So please keep that in mind. Once you've done that, you then must respond to a minimum of 3 responses to your classmates' postings. Okay? And understand that a posting is not, oh, I agree with you 100%, great post. That does not count as a post. There's no content, there's no form of learning in that. I mean, if you want to post that, that's great, but it won't count as one of your posts. If you're going to post, take from your classmates' post and pose a question. If you're not sure what they're trying to say, ask a question. If you want to develop something that they said and take it a little bit further, then develop that. The thing that I will look for is content. You must have content. If you don't have content, you will not get credit. Okay? So keep that in mind. It's very, very important. The second thing you have to remember is you must post by 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Okay? Sometimes I let this go till, like 11:59. I'm not extremely picky, but I put this in here because I need to have you understand you must post on Wednesday. If you do not post on by Wednesday, you will not get full points. Impossible, because you have to post on 3 different days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday makes 3. Okay? So it's very, very important. The other thing is you must read all your classmates' posts. And we have a lot of students in our class. We have a lot of posts. That's a lot to read. But that's part of sitting in class and being part of the discussion. If I'm learning from my classmates, I'm here to tell you my students got some brilliant things to say. And so I strongly, strongly recommend that you read them all. Now, once 6 o'clock on Friday comes, you can no longer post, but you can continue to read. And I will give you all day Saturday and all day Sunday to read, and I will grade posts on Monday mornings. Okay? So you have through the weekend to read the posts, even if you didn't get them all read before 6 o'clock on Friday. And I do that to help you out, and here's kind of how it looks. If you read 91 to 100% of your posts, you get 8 points. Okay? And then it kind of goes down from there. All right? So any questions, give me a call, send me a text, let me know. But that's very, very important for you to understand what's going on, because this is important. Okay, so what's going to be required of me? I'm probably going to say that you'll be online 4 to 5 hours a week for this class. Okay, and that's because of the late start date. If you took a 15-week class, it'd probably be 2 to 3. But it takes a little bit longer because we're in an 8-week class. Okay. Plus, remember that all your reading and everything is also done online. So that 4 to 5 hours is including all your readings, taking your quizzes, taking tests, etc. Okay. The other thing we need to look at would be the Dropbox. So everything for the Dropbox is here. Just remember that the bio poem, short writing assignment number 1, is not due in a Dropbox. Okay. Bio poem is in week 6. And it is part of our discussion thread. So please keep that, not in week 6. Week 3 is part of our discussion thread. Over here we have our quizzes. And notice it tells you when the quiz will open. So I can't click on it and open the quiz right now because I'm in student format. And so I can't get in. If you have any other questions, make sure you let me know. Hopefully you've learned a little bit from this screencast. We've covered a lot of material. But make sure you fully understand the requirements for the discussion threads, because that's one of the most important parts of the class. I hope you have a great semester. I'm looking forward to it. Let's have some fun together, and let's learn a little bit about philosophy.